Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are around the world. How are we? I apologize for being 60 seconds late. I was busy setting up something else and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to jump on. Hello, 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 hello. How are we? I hope you're all doing extremely well. Please do let me know that you can hear me, okay? I've literally just changed over to my proper microphone rather than the inbuilt one. So let me know if you can hear me okay. Smash the love heart for me or smash the thumbs up button if you're on Facebook or whatever. Can you just let me know that you can hear me okay, you beautiful bunch? I have been told that there are issues going on with technology. No surprise, because we are slam bang in Mercury retrograde. And so let's just say cheers to the beautiful Mercury retrograde that is taking place right now. I have got to be honest, have had some fun with this week. So ladies and gents, how are we? Let me know in the chat how you are going. Let me know in the chat whereabouts around the world that you are. Let me know in the chat if you're ready for Christmas, if you've done all of your Christmas shopping. I haven't bought one thing. I don't do Christmas. You guys know that. Literally, I don't buy anything. I get people experiences. Like literally, I'm a bit of a bugger like that. So yeah, it's very, very interesting what's taking place at the moment. So let me know where you are around the world. Let me know the weather that you are in. I'm very lucky where I am right now. It is absolutely beautiful where I am. I have had glorious sunshine. Oh, Venezuela, beautiful part of the world. Absolutely amazing part of the world. I love that. I love it. So many people are just not doing anything for Christmas this year. And that's not me being a grumpy Scrooge, like I have been called in the past. I just feel that we're stepping away from this moody, material world that we've been living in. And we've been so immersed in such a heavy world for such a long time, and it has been 100% premised off of the back of what do you have, what possessions do you have. It's extremely interesting. So I just wanted to throw that out there with you. And actually on that note, my weekly woo, which goes out tomorrow, every Tuesday it goes out, it's actually got quite some powerful messages in there today, because I wrote part of it today. It's not finished, but I wrote part of it today, and it's really interesting. So it's a little bit of inspiration for people. It's a little bit of of a reset. There's some really beautiful connecting messages for your soul in there as well, and some light codes, which all of us need at this time of year. Let me know in the chat if you need some of the light codes. Smash the thumbs up, smash the love heart wherever you are. Now, what's really interesting, that we are, there's a much confusion, and there's much diversity, and there's not diversity. There is much division around Christmas, and that is, there's a lot of people out there that love it. They love giving, and they love receiving, and they love the family. And I'll be honest with you, I love the time to spend with friends and family. I don't really agree with the overeating, and I also don't agree with the actual principle behind it. So, for me personally, it is, I look at the Yule rather than looking at that. Oh, hello. Hello, darling. Are you okay? It's nice to have you on here. Not really looking like eye candy, but thanks, babe. I appreciate the support. Everybody, there's my man. Bless. So, like I look at it from a Yule perspective, and Yule is actually quite a dark celebration. Now my soul goes way back, so of course that's where I get the alignment. So I'm not judging people because they want to celebrate and give presents. I'm not judging that at all. All I'm saying is, for me personally, when I'm told that I'm Scrooge and all these other things, it's actually just my soul remembers the originality of it. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of like, meh, not bothered by it. Mr. D doesn't mind that I'm a Scrooge. He'll try and convert me, no doubt. They always do, but then, like, it's just like that. Anyway, moving on a little bit. So somebody commented earlier about I sound like I've got a bit of a snivel. Yeah, absolutely right. I got very, very badly energetically attacked earlier this week. I know the fuckers that tried to do it. Excuse my French. Mr. D, I hope your kids are not listening to this, because I know that they do listen to my videos, so I apologize for that. But I know who's done it. So yeah, I got hit pretty hard. Also put on top of that traveling and all the other bits and pieces that go on. So yes, I have a snivel. It's been very, very, very interesting what's been going on, but I'm very aware of the emotional trauma that has actually allowed me to bring this in. So I appreciate people are like, you sound a bit different. Yes, I do sound different. For the first time in a very long time, I've got a bit of a snivel going on, but like I say, I feel good. It's really weird. I keep saying, like, I sound terrible, but I feel amazing. So like, I've been training and I've been doing all of the good stuff. So yeah, just wanted to cover off that point so that I wasn't seeming rude. Now, the next point that I wanted to cover off, and I'm glad that my gorgeous man is on here, because both of us were really blown away by the feedback that we got off of last week's video. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you from the pair of us. And this isn't me speaking on his behalf. He's just not coming on the video today. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. I have received some amazing, amazing messages. There has been some amazing feedback on the video, and I haven't gone back through it yet, guys. So please be patient with me. I will get to you. I promise. I will come back on the comments. There has been so much love, and there has been so much outpouring of support. And I just don't want you guys to think that we're going to sweep it under the table. Like, we really, really, really are grateful for all of your support. And I actually just want to shout out some beautiful woman called Natasha today, who sent me a message much earlier today, and it just made me giggle my socks off, because she was so honest. And she said to me, I kind of like stepped away from your videos for a little bit. She's like, but I'm back, I'm back. And I'm like, and she said, it is so good to see you happy, and like honestly happy, and honestly in your truth, and things like that. So Natasha, welcome back, babe. It's lovely to have you here, and I really, really, really did appreciate your your message this morning. So it's really beautiful what's taking place at the moment. So thank you to each and every one of you who have given us some really beautiful support over the last week. It's been really, really cool. So, ladies and gents, there's a few things that I want to talk to you guys about today before I step into the topic that I want to talk about, which is all about your external reality reflecting your inner world. Now, I am going to piss some of you off today, like literally, just be warned. And what's really funny, before I came on this video, a woman reached out to me and she was like, "Hi, Lucy, I don't know if you know me, but..." And I was like, oh, and she was like, I hear that you trigger people like I trigger people, and people have been like slamming your name over my videos when I've been triggering people. And I'm like, brilliant. It's great to meet you. I love it. And she said, please, let's do a video together super soon. So Julie, if you're watching this, I can't wait to do a video with you, because you know what? We're here to heal people at the end of the day. And if that means triggering them, and I am putting a trigger warning out there, whoop, whoop, whoop. Trigger warning is going to be coming in this video today. If you've got children, likely you're going to get annoyed with me. If you have got disease, sickness, anything like that, chances are you are going to get a little bit frustrated with me today. If you are lonely, if you are any of those things, I'm just letting you know it's going to happen. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't get where you're at and that you're going through bits and pieces and whatever. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be doing my job to assist humanity or anything like that unless I did my job here. So I'm just giving you that early trigger warning. And now we're going to talk about some nice things. Then we're going to come back to that. So let's talk about the purging that is taking place on the planet at the moment. So about, no word of a lie, maybe 100 people have messaged me going, Lucy, I've got mucus. Lucy, I've got a cold. Lucy, I've got this. Lucy, I've got that. So I just want you guys I just want you guys to know, thank you very much. A lot of people comment on my ring. Thank you. It is a beautiful one, right? I'm a very lucky girl. So yeah, I just want you guys to know that at the moment there is a massive purging taking place. Now it's on a physical level, it is on a spiritual level, it is on a emotional level, like literally. And let me know in the chat, not in the check, in the chat, if you have been going through some sort of purge in the last week or two. You know, like if you've been purging, whether it's snot, whether it is your tears, whether it is your skin, whether it is your hair, whether it is your bowels, whether it is like a relationship, whether it is your career, like I don't know, it could be one of any million of things, 1,000,001 things. But are you purging? Have you been purging? Because you can hear I'm purging snot. Big time snot. Sorry to be so gruesome. You can see why he loves me, can't you? I'm just so gross. So if you're seeing it more in others, you're ignoring it in yourself. Trust me, unless you are recognizing it in yourself right now, you are not doing the work. Sorry to call you out so quickly, but I'm not standing for it. Anybody that's looking at other people going, oh, they don't have their shit together, they don't have their shit together, you are literally deflecting from the fact that you are in a mess. Okay, now you might not be physically purging because you're focused on other people. As soon as you go inwards and you allow yourself to see it, trust me when I say this, you are going to be purging. So it's extremely important that we start to recognize this. We are in a mass period of healing right now. And I channeled the full moon energy update earlier today, and I'll be filming that tomorrow, all being well. I might even do it tonight if I get the time, but probably not. Let's be real about it. I've got really late meetings on a excuse me, on a Monday. So I'm probably going to film that tomorrow, but it's very, very much about taking responsibility for the deep healing that is going on. Now, believe it or not, full moon is actually on the 26th of December. So 26th, 27th. So we are literally just continuing through these energies. Now, what's going on this week is massive. So for those of you who have not heard, I am doing a global meditation on the 20th of December, which is Wednesday of this week. So I'm going to be doing it at 2000 hours based on the UK time. Now, interestingly enough, I was trying to set it up, and I'm going to use the word try because it didn't go to plan. I did set it up on YouTube earlier, but I would also like to do it on Instagram, and I would like to do it on Facebook. Now, what's fascinating is I always do these and I set them up and they go across 2 platforms. Now, for some bizarre reason today, it wouldn't accept Facebook. So what I'm probably going to have to do is create a new one and do that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out anyway, or add those other platforms in. But my intention, call me brave, because 3 platforms going at the same time is going to be absolutely crazy. But my intention is to do Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time. Now, what that basically looks like is there may be a slight delay. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'm going to do this. Now, because of the way technology works, I will not be able to use music. So it will be me, myself, and I will be talking. Now, this meditation is going to be about activating the voice of the divine feminine. Now, for any of the men out there listening going, oh, well, I don't need to be there. No, you do have divine feminine energy within you, you gorgeous man. And this is about activating the truth within that. Okay, this is about taking back the power that is the nurturer. You know, a lot of men believe that masculinity is the alpha male. No, it's not. True masculinity is decisiveness. True masculinity is being able to like stand in your own. Yes, protect. Yes, like all the other bits and pieces that you need to do. But it's It's very, very much about allowing this true energy to come back in. And we need the voice of the true divine feminine back. And that is in both of our men and our women, so that we can gain the understanding of each other. We can actually start to move forwards. So that is what's going to take place on Wednesday of this week. The next day is winter solstice, the 21st of December. Now, the 21st of December, as you guys know, is a big day. Likewise, the 21st of June. So this is in the southern hemisphere, it's their summer solstice, and in the northern hemisphere, it's our winter solstice. So I am going to be doing some work on winter solstice. It's only going to be a short piece of work, but it's going to be bedding in what I do during the meditation on Wednesday. So that's my job to do. I'm not going to ask you guys to get involved in that. What we're going to do is we're going to create the vibration to be able to pull that energy in, so then I can go and do what I need to do on winter solstice. So we can all have the most incredible winter solstice, because we do have some noise coming through next year, ladies and gents, and I want to manage your expectations without getting banned on these platforms. Please do be aware that there is going to be some noise. Let's call it some old-fashioned noise from the last few years is going to surface. So please be careful with what you are putting on my channels, because I have had my Facebook account taken down once, and I have been banned on YouTube and all the rest of it. So do be aware that this noise is out there. So this stuff that we're going to do on winter solstice is really going to help us. Now, Lizzie is saying, please, can you hit the like button, or I'll put you on the naughty step. So if you're on YouTube, please go and hit the like button, because we don't want Lizzie getting grumpy. Honestly, it isn't pretty. It isn't pretty. Trust me, she puts me on the naughty step all the time. So please go and hit the like button for us. Anyway, Mr. D, I'll let you off not being at the meditation on Wednesday. Maybe you can hold space for me to do the work on Thursday. Maybe you can do that instead. But I understand, baby. Don't you worry about that. Then, ladies and gents, we've got this thing called Christmas, right? We've literally got this cheeky little thing called Christmas taking place this time next week. So, ladies and gents, as much as I know you love seeing my beautiful face at 5 p.m. in the UK, I'm not going to be on here next week. I am going to be somewhere beautiful, enjoying some beautiful times with beautiful people, and I am not going to be on here with you guys. Now, that said, obviously you're going to see me live here on Wednesday of this week, so it kind of makes up for it. I'm also going to be putting the full moon video out. So a lot of you guys are saying I can't keep up with your content, and I'm only putting out like 1 or 2 videos a week these days. So I've really taken my foot off the gas, but you are going to have plenty of content to catch up on anyway. Also, I will potentially do a live just after Christmas. That's something that I will probably do, because just to check in with you guys, to set some new intentions, to have a really beautiful conversation. And I will definitely be live with you on New Year's Day. I will have a little guest with me. But I definitely on New Year's Day, I will be here live with you guys. And I am super pumped to do that then. Okay, last few bits, and then I promise we'll get on to the topic. So weekly woo, ladies and gents, so many of you say, I don't know how to find out stuff about you. The best thing that you guys can do is go and sign up to my weekly woo. How little is your guest? My guest is not that little at all. Just throwing it out there. My guest is not that little at all, but it's probably not the guest that you think it is. So my weekly woo is basically my newsletter, ladies and gents. I give everybody, very, very insightful wisdom, I guess, from there. I just let it channel through me, and I just pop it in my newsletter. That comes out every Tuesday at about 7 o'clock in the evening. Sometimes it's a little bit late, but more often than not, it's on the Tuesday at 7 o'clock, guys. So like I said earlier, this week is very much about the solstice energies, very much about getting yourself ready, very much about really some self-love, which is important at this time of the year. I've had to have this conversation with a number of people, including myself, because if you listen to my voice, Yes, it needs some self-love also. So I'm really encouraging the self-love and the self-care to a whole new level within people at the moment. So if you need a little bit of that, that is going to be coming out in the weekly woo tomorrow. Conscious Conversations is going off at the moment. It is popping off completely. Now, Conscious Conversations is my membership program, which is £11 a month, and you get to speak with me every single Monday. I know that sounds fun. But yeah, basically what we do is we get on a private Zoom and I can have conversations that I can't normally have with you guys on these platforms. So we speak about the kind of things that take place, you know, in and around the world. We talk about the channelings. We talk about some crazy shit that I'm going to talk about tonight, guys. So do get ready for that one. We've got some wild things to bring you up to speed on. And then tonight we're going to do a Q&A just because it's obviously I won't be doing one next week for Christmas. So in the chat, Juanita has asked, how can I listen to the radio show? There's a link. I put it through my stories and stuff all the time. The link, literally you just go and click on it and you can listen to me every Wednesday. However, my time has changed. I actually asked to move to the morning because it just works better for me. And yeah, so it's going to be pre-recorded for any of you guys in America. So you'll have to listen to it after the event, if that makes sense. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you guys is if you're still struggling for Christmas presents and you don't know what to buy people, you don't know what to get them, Soul School tickets. They are selling like hotcakes. I don't even know how many we've got left. I don't think we've got many, but I just want you guys to know that Soul School tickets are a really, really beautiful present for people. Because if you think about it, Soul School is the gift that keeps on giving. Soul School is something that helps whoever you love recognize their trauma, start to step through, you know, the baggage that they've got, the baggage that they've held, the baggage that they've really, really, you know, not been able to identify and walk past, and they'll get the consciousness and they'll get tools and they'll get things that they can do. Now, yes, Soul School is only the first step. You know, I've had some beautiful conversations over the weekend saying to people like, have you done this? Have you done that? Because it's all good and well starting to bring the trauma up. But if you aren't helping, like if you're not continuing that work, the trauma is going to be coming up and you're not going to be knowing what to do with it. So this is why a lot of people are purging. I mean, my skin looks amazing at the moment. I'm purging through my nose. Because I'm a real cutie like that, you know, and I'm purging a lot through there. So, you know, I know that we're all in very different spaces right now, but Soul School is a really beautiful, beautiful gift for people. Okay, so the veil is very, very, very thin right now. The veil is very, very thin right now. And what we are basically able to do in this now moment is something that we've never been able to do. Now, hands up in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, if you think you're a powerful manifester. Like, I'm going to put my hand up. I literally just threw out there one day that Jamie was the kind of guy that I should be with, and now we're together. So, you know, I am a very, very, very powerful manifester, and you kind of got to be a little bit careful what you manifest, because, you know, like sometimes you get things and you're like, wow, that wasn't quite what I was expecting. But, you know, like as beautiful as you, like whatever it is that you bring in, you obviously go on a massive journey and you learn so many lessons from it. Now, I always say that I'm a very powerful manifester, and I know that if I'm speaking about things, or if I allow myself to, there's a bit of a delay, isn't there? If I allow myself to get caught up in a situation, then that situation can perpetuate very, very, very quickly and get out of hand. So today's subject is very much around external reality reflecting your inner world. Okay. So let's say, for example, you are somebody who is constantly going around in a circle about, I want the relationship, or I deserve love, or bring it to me. And it's from a space of lack. Or another really good example is financial. You're in a circle, you're in a spin about how I don't have enough money to do this, especially at this time of year, right? Oh my God, I don't have the money to do this. I'm not sure how I'm going to afford this. You know, and money really, really, really triggers people at the best of times, you know, like really triggers people at the best of times. So when people are going around in these circles and they're basically self-sabotaging, internally, but they're kind of saying to people, oh yeah, this is the way that it is and that's the way that it is. What you're actually doing is you are creating the self-sabotage on the inside, on the outside of your life. That's what's happening here. So what we need to be recognizing, ladies and gents, we have to let go of whatever the lack is or the perceived lack is within us. So first and foremost, I've got 2 comments in here that I want to pull up. I wish I was Lucy. Linda, that's lack. You're Linda. Like, you are so capable of creating anything that you would love to create. You're capable of it. It's just somewhere in your mind, somewhere in your physical being, when you say, I'm going to create this, somewhere behind you're going to be like, nah, I don't deserve that. There's no way that's going to happen. Absolutely no way. I just don't deserve that. That's just not going to be destined for me. I wish I could do it a different way. So you're actually sabotaging your manifestations. And this is where lies the issue within most of us, ladies and gents, because our inner world is not the perception that we put out on the outside world. So many of us are sabotaging ourselves, putting ourselves down, our self-worth, like the amount of people that I speak to and I'm like, wow, you really do not have an ounce of self-worth. And they're like, no, that's not true. I know that I can do this and I know that I can do that. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. You are literally the most amazing person on the planet and you just don't see it. Now, I'm really lucky with my job. I get to see everybody for the people that they are. Like, I get to see the soul. And this is why sometimes I give people the benefit of the doubt when they shouldn't be given the benefit of the doubt, because I see the soul. I never want anybody to sit there behind me or around me or watching me going, I want to be her. Babe, like, to any of you guys out there thinking that, we don't need another Lucy, we need you. Our creator picked you. You. Exactly as you are, sat there now in exactly the form. You are absolutely where you are destined to be. Well, not destined, but where you are meant to be right in this now moment. And I really am going to ask you guys to hear these words so deeply from me today. You don't want to be me. You just want a little bit of my confidence. You just want a little bit of my inspiration. You want a little bit of that get up and go that I've got. That's it, but it's within you. All of those things that you love about me and that you're like, wow, I want to, Shelley's just said it here. And I remember when she used to say this, when I grow up, I want to be like Lucy. Like, I remember this comment coming from her. And again, I remember saying to her, but we don't need another Lucy. We need you to be you. So in your inner world, if you think that Lucy is better than you, then you're never going to be enough. You're never going to manifest the way that you deserve to manifest. You're never going to bring in the partner that you truly believe, because you believe that you can only have what Lucy's got. It's very important that we recognize this. Now, everybody always asks me for shortcuts. How do we do it, Lucy? What's the tip? What's the tool? There's a massive memo that you guys miss every single week when I come on here and I do videos. Every single Instagram live, every single Facebook live, every single YouTube live, everything that I do, there is one message and one message only that loops them all together. And there's a reason I've got this jumper on today. It's about self-love. If you want to manifest, learn to love yourself. Learn to love every single inch of you. Learn to love the stretch marks. Learn to love the wrinkles. Learn to love the fact that you've got grey speckles in your hair. Learn to love the fact that your nails break. Learn to love the fact that, you didn't have the most secure family, that you didn't have everything that you wanted, that you're not the most abundant person. Because when you learn to love that about you, you release all expectation. And expectation results in anxiety. Let me know if this resonates with you. Learn to love the ginger, Danny says. I bloody agree with you, buddy. Everybody needs to learn to. I've spoken a lot about this in the last week, interestingly enough. Let me know if, hi, Darcy. I miss you too, sweetheart. It's lovely to see you on here, darling. I love the kids. Honestly, I love the kids. So answer me the question. If you have an expectation on yourself, do you have a feeling of, oh my God, how am I going to do it? Oh my goodness, how is this going to happen? And this is where this feeling comes from. This is where this self-sabotage comes from. And ladies and gents, this is where the stinger is going to take place. If you are somebody who sets unfair expectations on yourself and then you get anxious about it, when your child gets anxious, when your child becomes disruptive, when your child is getting into trouble at school, you need to go and look in the mirror. You need to go and look in the mirror. Our little people watch us, feel us, and mirror everything back to us. Everything. So when you are in a space of truly going round in these loops, as I like to call it, constant loops. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not fast enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not fat enough. I'm not brunette enough. Like all of these weird and wonderful things that we have, going around our minds all day, every day. This person doesn't love me enough. Is my love going to be good enough? Is my love going to be received? All of these things you have to remember are coming from a space of lack. Now, if you have them within you, how the heck are you going to have a child that is grounded? How are you going to be able to have a child that is going to be loving? How are you going to have a child that is fulfilled if internally within you, everything is going on? And you question everything, and you question if you're good enough, and you question if you're fast enough, and you question all of this. Now, the next step is, please do not start going, oh my God, I've hurt my child. We don't do that here. This is not the space for us to step into, like victim mode. Like, I don't do victim mode. You guys know that. We have to take full responsibility for ourselves. I love what you put there, Jamie. It is tough being with a woman like me. Honestly, I don't think people realize what it's like being with a woman like me. Everybody wants one until they've got one, and they're like, fuck, that's heavy going, so he's doing a good job, bless his heart. Like, we have to take full responsibility, ladies and gents. Now, I had a situation last week, right, where I had some stuff come up, and people kind of getting at me, and I allowed myself to be consumed with it for maybe 12 hours, not even that probably, but I did. Oh my goodness, it took me 2 days to get myself back grounded. It took me 2 days to get myself back in a space of love. Now, if I had a little person watching me do that, that would take them a week, that would take them a month, and that took me hours to come back. So now imagine the amount of time you've been in a spin. How long have you been in a spin? And Lizzie shared a really beautiful story. I think it was last week in Conscious Conversations or somewhere. I don't remember, the Soul School launch or something. And she basically said, you know, for years my child has been called disrupted. He's been bullied. He's this, he's that. All of a sudden now I'm doing the work on myself. My child is getting told he's pupil of the week. The proof is in the pudding. Until you actually recognize what is going on with yourself, you are not able to help your little people, but you finger point and you blame your little people. Why are they being this? Why are they being that? This person's doing that. No, it's a reflection back to you. It's a reflection back to you. Now, I know that I saw a comment a minute ago about toxic people shouldn't have children. Like, it's all good and well us having that conversation, you know, but you don't realize you're toxic at the time. Like, a lot of people don't realize they're in toxic relationships. You know, they jump all in, especially the kids. I was talking to somebody about it today. You know, a lot of kids were having kids, and there lies the problem. Like, you know, I think having a child at my age, because I've got the wisdom, is a totally different ballgame. It's like elders having children. You know, I'm not saying that a child wouldn't challenge me and create mayhem, especially if it's like me. My goodness gracious me, like literally she'd be like a little bomb, you know. But the thing is I've got the wisdom. I know how to breathe. I know how to, you know, communicate effectively. I know how to rebalance my own and regulate my own emotions. And that's very, very important. You can't sit there and say, you know, you just don't know the situation you're in until you get further down the line. What I want to talk about here is helping, whether you're with the person or not, whether you're on your own as a single mum or a single dad, whether you're in a beautiful, conscious, loving relationship. Like, everybody is self-sabotaging, and our external reality, i.e. our children, i.e. our career, i.e. our financial situation, is everything 1,000,000% dependent on how you feel on the inside. If you do not feel that you deserve abundance, do you know what, ladies and gents? You're not going to get it. You can play around and you can pretend that you've got it, but you're not going to get it. Oh, I'm going to, you know, what's that thing called? The secret. I'm going to the secret bring it in, or I'm going to literally just, you know, manifest it in by using the, you know, different tactics from The Secret and places like that. I can't even think of the bloody thing that I'm trying to talk about, you know, but that stuff doesn't work. It doesn't work. What works now is the belief within you. If you believe that you deserve the abundance, and you're also willing to demonstrate that you will get off your tush and go and do it, the universe will give it to you. Thank you, Amber, for being my brain today. Law of attraction. That's something for me that is very out of date. Like, it's just very out of date for me now. The law of attraction, oh yeah, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. For me, it doesn't work. Like, for me, if I feel something and I go, wow. And like I say, Jamie's a great example of this. Literally in July or August, whenever we did our first video, I said to one of my friends, that's the kind of man I want. Not, right, that's it, I'm going to hunt him down. It was just one. That's the kind of man that I know that I need to be with. It went in my heart. I felt it. I threw it up to the quantum field. And then however many months down the line, the guy is my guy, you know. And I didn't pursue him, because I don't do that, ladies and gents. I don't like one thing that I don't agree with, and this is going off on a complete tangent, ladies. I don't agree with a lady pursuing a man. I don't. And Jamie, if he's still on here, he will tell you there was no way I was doing any pursuing, because that's basically me taking the masculine role in a relationship. If you pursue a man, it's very emasculating. You know, it's very emasculating. Now, obviously in same-sex relationships, obviously one woman has got to chase the other woman. So I get that completely. But as a woman, if you are looking to have a relationship with a man, men, you have to pursue. Ladies, do not become crazy and stalk and, you know, hunt. Let the man pursue you. Like, by all means, let him know that you're interested, but let the man pursue, because we need our men to step up. We have to allow that divine masculine to do their job. And one of their jobs on this planet, I don't care how woke or whatever bloody language it is these days, like the men have to do that thing of hunting and gathering and pursuing their divine feminine. So it's just something from, you know, I know that's a bit of a tangent from today's subject, but I just really wanted to put that out there. Literally, I went, wow, the way this guy communicates, the way this guy is emotionally available, the way this guy is emotionally intelligent, like that's the kind of guy that I need. It wasn't Jamie Denyer, you are mine. It was literally just that's the kind of guy that I need. And I threw it out. And then the universe was like, oh, she wants one like that. So we'll just navigate it. So hers and his paths cross in a few months' time, and boom, that's it. They're in a relationship together. And that's what happened. It can happen as simply as that, as long as, you know, as long as both people are open and they're single to doing it, you know. Obviously, there's things that need to take place for that to happen. But this is why I'm saying to you guys, like, so many of you are so hung up on the, you know, you've got unfair expectations on yourself. But then on top of that, you're so hung up on the attachment. If I had really been the person that was so hung up on it being him, trust me, it would never have happened. It would never have happened, or if it had, it would have been extremely, extremely painful. It would have been a painful experience. It wasn't at all like that. So, you know, everything is happening for you, ladies and gents. We are our biggest critics. We are our biggest, you know, creators of upset and hurt. We are the biggest creator of anxiety. I agree, Guy. I agree. Now, I never had to drop a hint to Jamie. He just dropped a hint to me, and I was like, "Wow, I didn't expect that." You know, like he was on it. So, you know, I can't comment on that. I didn't need to tell him anything, you know. But we'll share the story one day. It was hilarious. It was hilarious how it all unfolded. But you know, we'll share the story in detail. But you know, so what Guy is saying on YouTube, for those of you following on Facebook, is, you know, if you want a man, or ladies, it's not bad for a woman to drop the hints, like I was saying earlier. Yeah, I think it's extremely important that we just recognize that whatever we've got going on internally within us is absolutely what we're going to be living on the outside. So if we are full of love, we are going to attract more love. If we, in the inside, we like a bit of drama, you know, I know people that have literally been so caught up in drama, like literally so caught up in drama, that they have drama constantly in their lives. And then what they say is, I don't like drama. And it's like, wow. Maybe if you actually stopped and took a look around you, and you stopped and felt what was going on within you, maybe you'd realize that actually the drama is coming from within you, which is why your life is so dramatic outside. We got to take responsibilities, ladies and gents. We are such powerful creators. Even Linda, that said earlier she's not a powerful manifester, I don't believe it. I guarantee every bit of anything negative that she's ever thought of has happened. You know, oh, my tire's going to go flat. Next thing, the tire goes flat. See, I told you that was going to happen. Powerful manifestation. I absolutely agree with you, Emily. Unfortunately, we live in a world that has perpetuated drama for such a long period of time. Just look on the television. You know, I mean, I haven't watched TV since 2015. Literally, I don't watch anything. But I used to watch EastEnders. I used to watch Coronation Street. I used to watch Hollyoaks. I used to watch all that stuff. And literally, it is drama. You know, it is drama. So what do? If we're not getting that drama, if we're not getting the attention from that other person, then we create, you know, we're creating it. It's extremely interesting. And then on top of that, we're living in this culture whereby everything is so throwaway. We can just, oh, you've pissed me off today, right? I'll just find a new one. And again, I was having this conversation earlier today. Then on top of that, you know, we've got, you know, the porn industry is absolutely massive. And again, this is something else which creates a massive amount of anxiety within people, because the men are looking, going, God, my penis doesn't look like that, or shit, my girlfriend doesn't do that to me. And all of a sudden, it's just like this whole inside self-sabotage. I'm not good enough. And this is where we need to take responsibility and strip it back. So it is extremely, and I know I'm talking about a few subjects that are a little bit like close to the mark. I'm not going to go too deep because I know we do have kids watching, but we need to strip it back and actually recognize, who is it that I want to be? And if you know that you get caught up in drama with certain people, ask yourself why you're choosing to hang around them. Ask yourself why you are choosing to be around people that make you feel not good enough. Ask yourself the question that if you are constantly like looking at your bank balance going, oh my goodness gracious me, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that, wow, what's this and what's that, like you guys need to take responsibility for that you are creating a massive amount of lack. There is so much potential for every single one of us. Hey there. There's so much potential for every single one of us to be able to lean into and to be able to benefit from. So if your external world is a mess right now, if your children are misbehaving, if everybody around you seems anxious, ask yourself the question, really, how am I on the inside? How? Now, like I say, I had that thing go on for about 12 hours this week, and it then impacted me for 2 days. I'm not going to be doing that again. No way. I'm not going to be sacrificing anything other than my own peace from here. And I've been picking that for the last like 8-9 months. It's perfect. Like literally my life has been very, very different in the last 8 months. Good. You're obviously getting the codes, Danny, that you need, which is amazing. I'm pleased to hear that. We cannot sit there and blame other people anymore for what's going on in our world, ladies and gents. We can't. We are the sole creator of the relationship that we've got with ourselves. Now, a lot of people say to me, oh, Lucy, it's so easy for you. You're on your own. It's so easy for you to have a good relationship with yourself. I deal with hundreds, if not thousands of people a day. So as much as you guys go, wow, it's, it's this or it's that, or it's the mother, it's the husband, it's whatever. But you have to take responsibility for that. You have to take responsibility for it. I have clients literally pouring, gushing all of this stuff all over me all day, every day. It's down to me whether I take that on or not. Every live I do, every time I turn up on social media, people pour into me. Then there's ones that are watching slyly in the background, that are just slyly making the comments offline. Not even on the video that's being done, they go and they create drama behind the scenes about it. That's all the stuff. Every single time I come on here and I do a video, like it's the risk that I'm taking, is that there's going to be, the energetics around it. There's going to be the emotional trauma, the emotional downloads from people, all of that stuff. And quite frankly, ladies and gents, if I wasn't strong enough to do it, then I wouldn't be doing it. Like literally, I wouldn't show up. Whether I've got a commitment with you or not, I wouldn't show up, because it's really, really, really important. It's important. We all have to recognize that late nights are going to create disdain in our internal world. If we are feeling anxious, it's going to go into our children. We have people all over the place, literally all over the place, pouring into us in a beautiful way. Oh, Lizzie, don't worry, I'll do it afterwards. You know, they're pouring into us in such an interesting way, you know, because people really, really, really want to be heard right now. Oh, I love you too, Kirsty Phillips. Very, very much so. Yeah, I can imagine. Like I say, this is triggering the heck out of people. Late nights are going to cause disruption in your life. Let me tell you, the most successful people on the planet, and this is what pisses me off about people that sit in a space of lack, they're the ones that stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They're the ones that lay in bed till 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, no, if you want to be successful, you get your tush to bed. Every successful person I know goes to bed at a reasonable time and they're up about like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, and I know we don't have to be successful to be abundant. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people out there that sit there doing this and looking for validation on their phone all freaking night, rather than just going to bed and like getting into a space, doing their journaling, feeling into whatever it is that's going on with them, like getting on top of their own emotions. It's important that we recognize it. It's important that we are choosing everything that we do, everything. We're choosing to be an asshole. We're choosing to exercise. We're choosing to be lazy. We're choosing to be anxious. We're choosing to be in lack. And I know it pisses people off when I say that, but it's the truth. When we make the wrong choices, we know. Like, how many of you have ignored a red flag at some point? How many of you have ignored a red flag? I'm going to put my hands up here. I had loads of red flags. Loads of red flags, you know, and I ignored them all. I'm not going to make out as if I'm perfect, because I'm not. You know, I mess up all the time, you know, and I put my head in the sand. Oh, it'll be all right tomorrow. Oh, it'll be all right tomorrow. It's not all right tomorrow. You know, it's not all right tomorrow. Because those red flags then become blazing fires, don't they? And they burn your feet, they burn your butt, they burn your hands, they burn everything. So just imagine if when you got that red flag, you were able to have a conversation with yourself and say, is this a red flag, or is this my ego stopping me from being the best version that I am or that I could be? Because there is two sides to this coin, obviously. Now, our internal battle will be like, close down, lock down, protect yourself, run away from him. He's going to hurt you. That's your ego. But then, you know, you can easily just be like, no, you know what? I am actually going to be really beautifully vulnerable right now. And you know what? I'm just going to keep an eye on this situation and see. And this is the issue that we get sometimes, is that what we do is we convince ourselves internally that we can't do better, or we can't you know, move forwards, or we can't go to the gym, or that person's not going to be like, literally there's so many things that our ego works against us on every single day. You know, there's some for me personally, it's about having standards, it's about having values, it's about recognizing where we are with ourselves. If we can do that and like internally know that, then you're going to have internal peace. So for each and every one of you watching this now, if you don't feel like you've got your internal peace right now, I want you to get a journal, and I want you to write down everything that makes you happy, everything that makes you feel peace, everything that feels in alignment with you. You know, if you're single, write down the qualities that you would love of a partner. If you're in a relationship, go write down all the things that that other person brings to you. Start to recognize where you actually have abundance in your life, because so many of us look for the holes, and they look to, you know, there's that, oh, well, you spoke to me in that way, right? That's it. That's a red flag. No, it's not a red flag. Like, how do you know that that isn't just a communication, like a lack of understanding, you know? And I always use this when I speak to clients. I've got a lot of Australian clients. Now, when I talk about flip-flops, yeah, like literally, like I talk about flip-flops, they talk about thongs. Now, thongs to me is a pair of underwear that goes up your bum. Do you get what I mean? Like, so they're talking to me about thongs. Like, that's how quickly and easily we can make assumptions and we can actually go at cross wires with each other. And this is why we need to be recognizing that when we're clear with what it is on the internal, if somebody turned around to me and said thongs, that I'd be like, okay, hang on, just for a bit of clarity, are you talking about the underwear or are you talking about the shoes? And then all of a sudden, everything starts to balance back out. Now, let's say that somebody says a word to you that triggers you in a relationship, right? In a relationship, they trigger you. Now, what if you could breathe and you just go, babe, do you mind just explaining to me what you mean by that? Like, I've made a bit of an assumption here. And it is that how we appease situations, we pacify situations, and our internal world gets changed massively. But you have to know who you are on the inside to be able to create it. And then you'll be living it on the outside. And this, my friends, is why self-love and recognizing what it is and having self-worth is the most important thing that you can ever do for yourself, ever. I think it's time for us to really start investing in ourselves. Like, I get there's children, I get there's Christmas, I get there's all of these things, but none of those things matter. You are required here in this world. You are a piece of the puzzle. And for your family to get the best of you, for your children to be calm, you know, that requires the best version of you. That requires you to be honest with yourself. If you can be honest with yourself and you can truly, truly, truly know who you are, then that, my friends, is the answer to all of it. Ladies and gents, it has been an absolute pleasure. I will see you on Wednesday evening for the meditation that I'm going to be doing. I will not be back with the Lucy Davis live at 5 again this year by the sounds of it. I don't know, maybe I'll do a random one like I said, but it will be a lastminute.com decision. So please know I am so grateful to each and every one of you for all of your support this year on YouTube. I love you guys so much, and also on Facebook as well. I forget that this goes out on Facebook, although we do attract a couple of dickheads from Facebook every week. So, you know, like, I don't know what's going on, but we do have a few dickheads that like to pipe up on Facebook. I guess it's the nature of the beast. Facebook seems to be the lower vibration platform of all of them. I love you guys to the moon and stars, and I really, really, really do look forward to holding space for you on Wednesday. This is going to be powerful. I was actually hoping to use a little bit of my light language on Wednesday, but I'm just not sure whether with my voice like this, whether it's going to work or not. So yeah, I know I should send them Dealing with Dickheads, shouldn't I? Here, sign up for my ebook. It might help. Might help a problem that you've got. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you for all of your support, ladies and gents. I'm super excited to step into 2024 with you. I am super, super, super excited. As soon as we're in January, it's my birthday month. And you guys know I love a good birthday. So it's my birthday in February. So we're all going to be celebrating. I am a typical Aquarian, and I just love all of that stuff. So thank you to the moon and stars, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I will see you Wednesday. Hopefully my voice will be clear by then, but if not, you're just going to get a husky little Lucy as she's doing it. So love you, love you, love you. Please, please, please love on your family more than anything. And in fact, before you guys go, please do me one favor off the back of this live and call somebody that you know and that you love and just tell them that you love them. If you've not spoken to them in a year or anything like that, please just pick up the phone. I'm hearing a lot of people that are passing and they are really wishing that they had just had that one opportunity to say goodbye to somebody. So please pick up that phone. You know, tell your parents that you love them. Tell everybody that you love. Like, tell your loved ones. Like, literally call call your people and just tell them straight off the back of this live, because you know what, ladies and gents, let's not have any more of that suffering on the planet, okay? Right, I love you, I love you, I love you. Mwah, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Lots of love.